Hi everyone, it's Margaret here with 60andMe. Today's topic is retirement. Now, a lot of women in our 60andMe community are on the edge of retirement or in retirement. We did a survey recently that it was surprised me actually. It was over 70% of people that responded said that they were either retired or very close to going into retirement. Now, for me, it's not kind of a reality in a way because I'm not retired yet. I'm working. I'm enjoying it. I'm 74, and many people are working into their 70s. It's just that a lot of retired, and I sat down and thought about some of the things that we don't maybe think about so much when we're approaching retirement. And so I thought I'd do a chat and a video about what I did wrong, two of the things that I didn't do properly when I was moving from a full-time career in corporate world to what's now my job, but more a retirement sense. I don't have to get up at a certain time or show up at a certain meeting. It's a different situation. So anywho, the first thing I think is, of course, the big one. We don't save for retirement. It's just not something that we think about doing until we're in our 60s, and then it's, oh my goodness, I've got, if I'm going to maintain the lifestyle that I want, I've got to do some work here. And so that's the first thing I think is failing to save enough money for retirement. Now, one of the things that one of our bloggers a while ago wrote this article that was so helpful. I'll try to find the link for you, because she was saying that the best thing to do when you get close to retirement is to do a trial run. Basically map out what are going to be your expenses, what are going to be the things you want to purchase or want to do, and how much money you're going to need to do that. And this trial is like where you basically live on your retirement budget while you're still working. And then anything, of course, that you have left over, you save, and you'll probably start to notice that you're spending money in places that are not going to help you in your your retirement. The other thing is to think about your contributions that you can make to your IRA and to your other investment plans. And I think in the UK, for one, I don't know whether it's the same in the States, you can actually increase your contributions, your tax-free contributions in the years building up to retirement. So that may be something that you want to think about. And just explore in general investment options that are going to be suited to your situation in retirement. It's different for everybody. So that's the first one, and I think that's one that I definitely messed up on. The other one, well, I didn't mess up on it. I just basically didn't think about it, and I didn't save, and I'm dealing with that now. The next thing is to not underestimate the emotional reality of retirement, what it's actually going to mean to you. How are you going to stay connected to people? How are you going to make new friends? If you're not in the workplace where all your buddies are, that's where you've been for maybe 20, 30 years. How are you going to make those connections? Staying socially active is really, in my opinion, important as you go into retirement. Maybe you can, agree with me there, but that we sometimes, I think, underestimate the emotional reality of being, waking up in the morning and not having to go to work and not having the friends to have a cup of tea with. So I think that's the second thing. The third thing I think that we don't do properly or completely when we're planning for retirement is planning for healthcare costs. Now, this is one that, there's a wake-up call, of course, when we start to have to deal with chronic illnesses or something that's, physically in front of us. But I think that we get lulled into a full sense of security when we're not having any problems. When we're in our 50s and 60s, we bouncing around, traveling, doing stuff, and we don't think that at some point, there might be a situation where we are dealing with an illness or dealing with a mobility concern. It could be just something that you can't walk, or you need a new hip, or, I'm not laughing, just because, we forget it, but it's just important that we consider the long-term costs and factor them into your overall retirement plan. And one of the things about that I think that's important is maybe building into your savings long-term insurance for what do they call long-term care insurance, I think it's called. Basically, if you have to go into a home or you need hospice help or hospital care, palliative care of any kind. These things happen as we get older. It's not it's not something we can avoid. But that's another thing to consider is healthcare costs, and plan that into your retirement saving strategy, into your plan. A fourth thing is retiring too early. Now, a lot of people do this without even being aware of, what the options are. And if you're living in the United States and you're planning, like a lot of people are, to live off of your Social Security salary, well, then you've got to think about how much money that's going to mean. And I think there's some calculators now online that you can go and check it out and see what your, what your options are. But it's definitely, and please go back and check some of our articles that are more detailed about this. But I think you can wait till you're 67 and you end up getting more. So basically, the longer you wait to start collecting your Social Security, the higher the payment will be. So consider postponing retirement. Maybe you can cut back to a part-time job, or you can do some side hustle, or you can do some not counseling, what's the word? Consulting that you can do based on your knowledge, what you've learned and experienced and done all your life. I'm noticing the little flashes of light behind me because our sun's coming out, yay. So I hope that doesn't distract you. But anyway, I'm going to just keep going. Also, it's giving me a nice pattern on my dress here. I think I've got curtains that are kind of floral, or net curtains, and the sun is shining through. I quite like the look on my top. I can see it's going to get worse though. Anywho, let's keep going. Another thing that people don't do, and I think it's really important, is seeking help and seeking some guidance, both from a financial perspective, the support area, the social area, and all the things about investment and so on, that we don't seek professional help sometimes. And that is really, really important, in my opinion. Now, there's lots of financial advisors when you're younger who'll teach you all about how to, save money, how to invest your money. But you want to look for someone who's dealing with people over 60, a retirement specialist. And that would be maybe a fiduciary advisor who is, charging you by the hour and not by the commission that they're earning from whatever you end up purchasing. And fiduciary advisors, Pam Fleischer, I interviewed Pam so many times and I've now forgotten, I think it's called Wealth Ramp, where you can go on and she spent years doing this, of finding fiduciary advisors who really are genuine, who have your best interests at heart. Not that financial advisors aren't genuine. They just have a different compensation model. And they're looking at different times, people in different times of their life. So check out Pam Fleischer. She's a good friend and an amazing person. I haven't spoken to her in years, but she's got this Wealth Ramp, I think it's called .com, where you can find a financial advisor, a fiduciary. What else? Create a comprehensive retirement plan. Then. Overall, financial goals, risk tolerance, social, social context, how you're going to make new friends and stay in touch with people, how you're going to, replace those associations that you've had for years and years, healthcare considerations, how you're going to save for long-term retirement, and, just never underestimating the emotional, the emotional impact of not working anymore. It's really, really powerful. I'd love to know, now we've had this conversation here, I'd love to know what you how you've dealt with it. Maybe some of the surprises that you had as you were going through retirement, some of the things that took you by surprise that you now think that you need to address. I would love you to put your comments in the section below. Do that, and then others can learn from it. And what other things would you say was maybe a mistake or a misstep that you made when you were planning for retirement? Let's leave your comments in the section below and let's have a conversation. One of the things about 60 and Me that I really love is that there's me talking and, sharing my thoughts and my ideas and my experiences, but the real power of our community is you. It's that you are out there listening to me talking and it's giving you ideas. And then you can share those ideas with each other. You are in the real world. I'm in my world, but you're in a different world of not going into retirement yet, maybe, or just gone in with, I wished I'd done that, or I should have thought about doing this. No mistakes, no judgment, no harm or anything. Just me drinking a cup of coffee and saying, guys, come on. Here's why I fell down a bit. This is what I didn't do. I didn't save enough. I didn't think about how I was going to make friends and stay connected afterwards. Of course, you're my friends, of course. But, things that I didn't do, or understanding the emotional impact of it all. So I hope that you're inspired by these comments. If you like this video, if you found it useful, please just like it. If you haven't subscribed to this channel already on YouTube, please do that too, because I do videos Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, and we talk about all kinds of things from, makeup and beauty to fashion, wellness, relationships, family, travel, health, all kinds of things, and of course, retirement, very important. But take good care of yourselves. Please leave your comments below. Join up our Patreon group if you want to support us. It's patreon.com/60andme. We have live shows. We have a private Facebook group. Lots of cool things that you might want to consider. Okay, everybody, well, take really good care. Go out into the world and shine and have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye for now.